Most of us live our lives in a state of quiet desperation, enslaved by things we cannot control, and terrified of a future that may never arrive. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. But what if you could build a fortress within your mind that no external chaos could breach? The ancient Stoics did not practice philosophy as a parlor trick. For them, it was a tool for survival. Here are 7 distinct chapters, 7 rules from the masters of the Stoa, to transform your mind into an unshakable citadel. The first rule is the foundation of all Stoic logic, the dichotomy of control. Epictetus, the slave-turned-philosopher, taught us that some things are up to us, and others are not. You command your judgment, your impulses, and your desires. These are your own, but your body, your property, your reputation, and whatever is not your own doing, these are external. If you try to control what is not yours, you will be thwarted and miserable. If you focus only on what is yours, no one can ever compel you or hold you back. Freedom is not the ability to do whatever you want. It is the strength to focus only on what you can control. Seneca reminds us that we are mistaken when we look forward to death. The major portion of death has already passed. Whatever years lie behind us are in death's hands. This is memento mori, remember you must die. It is not a morbid fixation, but a clarion call to presence. When you tuck your child in at night, say to yourself, "They may not wake in the morning." It sounds cruel, but it ensures you never take that moment for granted. By accepting the impermanence of everything, you strip away the trivial anxieties of life. You stop wasting time on things that do not matter, because you realize your time is a finite resource that is constantly draining away. Anxiety is often the fear of a future that has not yet happened. Seneca proposed a radical antidote, premeditation malorum, or the premeditation of evils. Instead of hoping for the best, set aside moments to visualize the worst. Imagine you have lost your job. Imagine your reputation is ruined. Imagine the loss of a loved one. By mentally rehearsing these disasters, you rob them of their shock value. You realize that even if the worst happens, you can endure it. As Seneca said, he robs present ills of their power who has perceived their coming beforehand. Armor your mind against fortune by visiting the battlefield before the war begins. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, possessed the world, yet he understood that resistance to reality is the root of suffering. This brings us to amor fati, a love of fate. Do not merely bear what is necessary. Love it. Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens happen the way it happens. If you are stuck in traffic, if the weather turns, if you face a sudden illness, embrace it as fuel. The Stoic does not resign himself to his fate. He merges with it. Like a fire that consumes everything thrown into it, you must turn every obstacle into an opportunity for virtue. When we are trapped in our own heads, our problems seem insurmountable. The Stoics practiced the view from above. Marcus Aurelius urged himself to look at earthly things as if from some point far above. Herds, armies, and farms, weddings and divorces, births and deaths. From the cosmic perspective, your current crisis is a speck of dust in the infinity of time and space. This is not to nihilistically dismiss your life, but to detach your ego from the situation. When you zoom out, you see the interconnectedness of all things. You realize the triviality of the insult you received, or the money you lost. The universe is vast. Do not let small things consume you. The mind is your final refuge. Marcus Aurelius called it the inner citadel. People seek retreats in the country, by the sea, or in the mountains, but you can retreat into yourself at any moment. Nowhere can a man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. But this citadel must be fortified. It is built brick by brick, through reason and discipline. If you let your anger or greed breach the walls, the fortress falls. You must constantly patrol the borders of your mind, ensuring that no external event disturbs your internal peace. If the world is in chaos, the citadel remains orderly. If the world is loud, the citadel is silent. We are social animals, yet we often act as enemies. The concept of sympathia teaches us that all things are mutually woven together. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bee." You cannot thrive by exploiting others, for you are part of the same organism. To harm another is to harm yourself. This rule demands that we look beyond our selfish desires and consider the whole. When you feel anger toward a rude person, remember that they are akin, a fellow limb of the same body. Acting with justice and kindness is not just moral, it is in accordance with the laws of nature itself. These 7 rules are not merely to be heard, they are to be lived. Philosophy is not a lecture, it is a gym for the soul. As you go about your day, remember the dichotomy of control, love your fate, and keep your inner citadel strong. The world will try to break you, but the Stoic mind remains invincible. If you wish to continue this architectural journey of the soul, subscribe. Build your life on rock, not sand.